Yo, it's Guido coming at you, the Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we have Nona Manidus. He's in his, what is this? The CS-59, the Tier 9 Polish medium tank, and he is in a platoon with Crap, Clan HBG. What's up, guys? And Crap is in his 58 Patton. Nona is going to illustrate something here that I do quite a bit. You see me do it on stream a lot. It has mixed results. As a general rule, it's a pretty good idea. We're going to talk about it when we get to it. So we are here on Himmel's Abbydorf, going over to the west side. Lots of beef, actually. This is an interesting move, but really for a medium, where the frick else are you going to go on this ridiculous corridor map? You either go to the 8-9 line and play slug face, you go to the 1-2 line, you play sluggy face, or you go to the middle and you play sluggy face. Whatever. It's an awful map. It's a terrible map. But anyway, here we are. We're not here to talk about the trash map. We're here to talk about Nona Manidus. And, well, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save what we're going to talk about when we get there, because we got a few preliminaries. The M46 Patton on the purples has showed up. We have a good chunk of dudes over here. Finally, our heavies are kind of showing up. They're slow. The 50 TP, the 100-01. That's a good number of a good amount of our beef. The 57 heavy, I don't know why he's there, but he is. The 110E4, IS-3 and a couple TDs clogging up the 8-9 line, playing punchy face. The enemy Kranwagen is over on the 8-9. That's useful. I don't think I would take my Kranwagen over there when I had the opportunity to come to the 1-2 line on this map. That seems like a very dopey position. We'll see how it works out for his team. Nothing's really showed up over here. Badger, 50M, you would expect either one of those potentially to come. The T-30, that guy hasn't made an appearance yet. The 100-01 on the enemy team, even the 274 Alpha, the ST1, these are all great tanks for the 1-2 line. So it is definitely taking a little while for this to happen. Am I on pause? I'm on pause. That's probably why it's going to take so long for this to happen. It did give me an opportunity to go through the rest of the tanks and figure it out. And just like that, they appear. The T-30 is over there, but here's the ST1. I don't know, again, why the T-30 would go on that side. That's another fantastic tank for this fight, but whatever. You do you. Oh, geez, here comes the Badger. And that is a bit of a bummer. The Tier 9 Patton, the CS-59, and we have Mr. Badger. And Mr. Badger is going to come at him like a spider monkey. Oh, we blocked the 50 TP shot. Try to get into the lower... Oh, boy. Everybody's shooting us. Try to get into the lower plate. Can't quite do it. We have a decent amount of tanks, but if we look at this, we got a 430U up top. We have the CS-59, the Patton. There's a Barask goofing around over here, looking at the middle. The 100-01 and the 50 TP. So it looks like their 50 TP has showed up. Old breezy one over there. So the platoon moves up top because they really don't want to try to challenge the Badger. The 100-01 comes up top, and everyone's sort of milling about smartly with no real plan. It's not like you can go run down that big open road and charge the 50 TP on the channel map. No, you can't do that. But the Badger's sort of sneaking up slowly, isn't he? Some exchange of gunfire over here, looking for a shot, trying to figure it out. Can we do this without getting hit? Meanwhile, Mr. Badger, we don't need no stinking Badger. The Badger is sneaking up on them. There may be a discussion amongst the platoon as to what's going on over there. We're just looking for that one pixel. That one pixel. Here you go. Ooh, there we go. Screen not penetrated. Bummer. So he backs out, and the Badger's pushing in. Badger's pushing in. Nona sees it. He turns around. All right, now this is where we get to the part I want to talk about. The 50 TP takes a chunk out of the ST1, but the Badger is a Badger. And they are a tough nut to crack frontally. Not so much from the side or back, like many tanks. Nona comes down here. There's a shot actually from the middle. Doesn't want to back up too much. Fellas, if you back up too much right here, you can be shot by dudes up in here, especially if you come back into the corner. So be very careful about that. Backing too much up this hill, you're going to expose the back of your tank. So here's the Badger, pushing in, just really getting in their face. Drops a chunk on all crap. And Nona's thinking about this going, well, this sucks. We can't really allow the Badger to stuff us. All of this crap back here will eventually get brave and start pushing around this corner. Good news is we have some guys up top to kind of keep them honest. So Nona's going to make a decision. What do you think Nona is going to do? The Badger fired. Actually, he gets a pen, which I'm assuming is the lower plate. Looks like he actually snuck one into the lower plate on the way in. Badger fires. He takes that opportunity. I think the ST1 even fired, and he's going to go around him. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you the commander's camera, or whatever it's called now, because I want you to watch what Aw Crap and 50TP guy do. Well, Nona is going to come around, and we're going to get behind the Badger, even with an ST1 here. A lot of people won't make this move. And it is a game-winning move a lot of times, especially if it gets followed up by your teammates. Because the faster you can get rid of the Badger, even if one of them takes a hit, the less total hits your team takes. The Badger is not to be trifled with. You don't want to be in front of him. So Nona goes right by. He goes wisely right by the ST1, and about the time he's ready to shoot, he comes in. He actually takes a shot on the ST1. I think he probably would have rather taken a shot on the Badger. But the problem with that is that his buddies did not follow. One of them or both of them should have gone right by the Badger. And two things. They can cover up on this side so they don't take shots and aggro from this direction. Or they can come all the way around to here. But in any event, at least one of them coming around and getting into this spot right here would have been absolutely beautiful, because now the ST1 and the Badger cannot put their front armor to anybody, or at least not all of them. So the Badger is still alive. This is my point. My goodness gracious. And now that shot had to go to the Badger, and unfortunately, we have the ST1 getting reloaded, and they still haven't even come around the corner, and we're going to get a shot that misses, because we're playing pokey face over. I mean, come on, guys. This is why these kinds of moves often cost you more than they should, and it's why very good and super unis won't do these kind of things, at least not this early in a fight very often, because they just cannot count on the rest of the team understanding why that move was made and what the opportunities are of making that move. Because these guys are going, well, I don't want to expose myself to any shots, and I'll just keep shooting while Nona gets this guy's turned around, but I'm certainly not going to commit and get in there where I can get a good shot. Well, Nona comes around here, puts a shot into him, and unfortunately, Nona should have been hiding out in this corner over here. Or once he made that move, drive up into this area to try to cover up on the Patton, but I think he was so busy going after the ST1. And finally they come in there, and this is my point. Had they all gone, there would have been at least one less ST1 shot in there. Maybe two less, depending on how they took down the Badger, because Nona had to do several shots, but that just took too long. There is no way that 3 tanks sitting there should have taken that long killing those 2 tanks. Nona did the lion's share of the damage on those guys. Man, it gets very frustrating. It gets very frustrating when people don't see that kind of move and follow it up. Now, eventually they do, to their credit, and that's a good thing, but man, Nona got mauled well more than he should have. There's a push up top as well. The rest of the team has done very poorly on the 8-9 line. We talked about the Kronwagen, and I said I'd never take one there. We'll see how he does. Well, there you go. I don't know if that's going to end up being a win. I didn't actually watch the video past that because I wanted to look at the part he was talking on making the move. We are 55 seconds away from being un-ammo racked, and that is very painful for a medium. That's going to limit his ability to do anything in here. Plus, he's down to close to a 1-shot. He certainly doesn't want to take another shot if he can't avoid it. And look at this, everyone just creepy. Nobody wants to take the hit, right? Nobody wants to break it open, take the hit. If we look up top, what are these guys doing? I don't know. Are they coming? Are they going? Should they stay or should they go now? They have no idea. My goodness gracious. And this isn't a similar situation to what we just had. Look at all the dudes up there, and they're still pussyfooting around trying to play peekaboo. Now, I think there's another 2 tanks over here, so that might be some of it. Yeah, the 100-01 is going hold down. We got a T-54 back in the back right there. We come out. We all jump in on the 50 TP. Then that guy rams one of the other tanks and forces him to stay out there. And man, doesn't he wish he was not ammo racked right now. That would be very nice. Oh, this reload is so painful. We finally get rid of him. We're 10 seconds, though, from getting our reload back. Looks like the guys up top finally sort of did something. We pull way back here. I'm not really sure why we pulled so far back. And now we've got 2 guys on the cap, and it looks like Nona recognizes that and starts moving back that way. So let's speed this thing up. 50M's making a runner across the open, getting waylaid by the guys up top, although I guess they can't really push across out into the open, otherwise the G-Sor or the Kron will see him. So Nona's actually coming around the corner here looking for this 50. There he is. Oh, screen not penetrated. That must have hit the mantlet. It's pretty amazing how many mantlet hits you get. Have anybody noticed that? Now that you get the screen not penetrated thing and it hits the turret, it's incredible how many times you can hit a mantlet in this game. So the 50M is just sitting there waiting for him. He's a 2-shot to that guy, and the 50M, he's a 2-shot as well. Looks like Nona's waiting though. So here comes the 430U, who cuts in front of him naturally. Well done. Oh, now we're side scraping. Okay, got it. That's great. I absolutely love it. Nona takes that guy down. We fixed our ammo rack, and it's all over but the shouting, folks. Nona makes the move that breaks the flank. Not very well supported, but they got there. Could have been better from his teammates. But it's a great example, and it's why I wanted to show this video. People have a hard time recognizing those times. I'm able to figure this out from my coaching, even more so than I thought. And it has to do with the consistency and getting wins consistently, being able to win your flank. It's recognizing when those times are good and when they're not. Now, you are going to take some face plants when you're learning those situations. It's good to watch one that worked out and kind of how it should work out, although we did discuss how it could have been a little bit better. As you practice those and try it in different situations, there will be times when you go around the corner and you get zero support, or there's another tank or two you didn't know. You just make a mistake in timing. But that seemed like a pretty good time. We were about a third of the way into the battle. Some tanks had been lost. There were some hit points down, and it was time to get rid of the Badger and that ST1 and move on, because they had an overmatch in terms of guns in that spot, and they made it happen. Took a little bit more mauling than they should have, but they made it happen, and that really broke open that flank. And once they took care of that flank, we're able to turn around and come back and clean up the guys who are trying to get on cap. So there you go. Nona, thanks for sending that in. I do appreciate that. Well done, Clan HBG Platoon right there. That's all I've got for today. We will see you.